Kyle Bratcher from Chaparral Motorsports here with Jimmy White from AMS Tires. We just presented AMS their first place award for the Slingshot XD, winning our tire shootout. So what do you have to say about that? As far as the results came out, you got to scrub through them. 2 of your tires made the top 5. How's that feel?
It feels great. It just goes to show the professionalism within our company for the testing, the design, and the compound and everything that we put into the tire. And then it shows what Chaparral is able to do with a true, honest 5 test going across the board. And top tire won. It was great.
That's it. So we took, just for a recap, we took 21 tires out into the field, put them through 5 rigorous tests, and this tire performed in the top 5 in 4 of those. Pretty big feat.
Yes, yeah. Every tire is different. For the test, to be in the top 5 for all 5 tests is pretty unreal. Because when you design a tire, you design it to work for a couple of those type of terrains.
And that was the idea behind the whole test to begin with, is we've got guys riding these ATVs in all different kinds of terrain. Now the guy who's doing super steep hill climbs needs a different tire than the guy who's out running the range at full speed and really depends upon super hardcore braking. You know, deer runs out, he needs to be able to stop fast. Some of these tires stopped within like 15 feet, others almost 60 feet. Now that's a life or death situation. It's pretty crazy.
It is. It just kind of shows what every tire is made to perform different. It's great to be in the top 5 in all 5 tests because that just kind of shows the overall of the tire.
Right. Now the Slingshot XD here performed #1 in the mud test. It performed 3rd place in 2 of our tests, 5th place, and then 13th place. Now that 13th place, let's talk about that for just a second. That was a downhill braking and some soft kind of stilty terrain. Why do you think it didn't perform as well as it did in some of the other tests?
One of the things, it's a directional tire, so it's gonna do really well on a forward bite or even on a side bite. On a directional tire, you don't get as much braking power if you look at the way it's designed. A little surprised it was 13th, but that's still above 50% or right at 50% of all the tires tested.
Now, as far as the AMS tires go, you guys do a lot of R&D, a lot of technology goes into your tires. Can you speak a little bit about that for us?
Well, it's a group of individuals that we all have over 25 years of experience, which means we're all old. And this is all we know is tires and wheels. And between the owner all the way down, this is all we know. So we put everything, all of our knowledge, we put together something that this is what our target is, okay. And we all put our minds together and come up with something similar to this.
Pretty exciting. So the #5 tire in this tire test was the Swamp Fox tire, which is another one of the AMS branded tires. Now that tire is constructed a little bit differently. Mm-hmm. In that downhill braking, it actually performed better than this tire. And you think you have a little bit of insight on why that happened?
Well, it's a flatter profile. I mean, with this tire, it's got more of a contour, okay. And it's gonna dig better going forward, but you don't have as much rubber on the ground for stopping. So kind of makes sense a little bit that the Swamp Fox would outperform on that. Swamp Fox has been around for 14 years.
That's a long time.
It's a long time, and it's still one of the top selling ATV tires in the market. Slingshot's only been around for 3 or 4 years, and what we did with the Slingshot is we took everything we knew from the Swamp Fox and we just took it to the next level, and we improved on the compound, we improved everything that we could to make it a better overall tire.
Fantastic. So as far as the end user who's looking to purchase a set of ATV tires, what kind of recommendations or tips do you have for them when going to take a look at what's available out there?
Well, of course, buy AMS. Yeah, the Swamp Fox has historically been a much better seller. This is new on the market. I think overall people are going to be surprised just trying something different. You know, you think you need to go buy the ITP or the Maxxis, all the name brands. AMS has only been around for 14 years and total, and we have a tire for every need, and this is one that's an overall.
And that's really the idea of the test, is that every rider out there has a different need. We took 21 tires out into the field, and again, we wanted to be able to prove or to show to the end user which tires performed best in which situation. So for the guy who can only have one set of tires for all the things that they do, they can find the tire that's going to perform best in the areas that they really need that performance and going to be okay in all the other areas.
That's the beauty, Kyle, is AMS has a tire for every need. We even have a DOT limited road use tire, the Street Fox, in the same sizing that you can use at the schools or use wherever, that's going to last a long time.
Cool.
Is it going to work in any of these tests? Absolutely not. But we didn't have any asphalt or hard terrain type tests. But then we have a Radial Pro tire in these sizes, which is an 8-ply true radial, because these are all bias ply. So we have a lot of different, in the ATV world, we have everything covered. The Slingshot and the Swamp Fox is going to be your best overall, but if you need more, if you're more specific, then we have you covered there too. It's just on our website. You can see it at amstires.com.
Sweet. So as far as this test goes, we're obviously excited about it, being able to go out and show what these things are doing. As far as a brand or a manufacturer, what type of benefit or value do you think this brings to the table for the end user?
Well, you guys saved me a lot of money by doing it. I mean, I haven't seen anybody at this level do this type of test and how much it benefits the end consumer. Because if I was to do this test and pass it on, they'd say, oh yeah, of course you're going to push your product only. You guys did it the right way. Everything you guys did was the right way. You had the right terrain. You moved, like on the sled pull, you moved over every time. That way it was fresh. You had 2 riders. The way you guys did it was very beneficial to the consumers and to us for the feedback. Even if we didn't finish first, which thank you, we did, but if we didn't, it's still good information for everybody that was involved to learn from.
And that's really our goal. Our goal was to get these tires out there and try to give each tire its best run for the money on an equal playing field. Every tire got the same privilege or advantage or disadvantage as the tire before it, and we showed. It was really cool to see how various tread patterns and various tire constructions performed in these tests. And there you have it. We got Jimmy White from AMS. Thanks for coming out today. We really appreciate you coming out and accepting our award and being able to talk details about these tires that people don't normally get to talk about.
Right.
I mean, how these tires are made isn't something you're going to see in the bullet points. It's something that's really unique, and we thank you a lot for coming out today.
Thank you.
If you like what we talked about today, please like this video and make sure that you subscribe so that you'll see all of the remaining videos that we have to put out regarding this 25-inch shootout. I'm Kyle Bradshaw from Chaparral Motorsports. Until next time, take care and ride safe.